You're listening to AI PRISM from Seoul Economic Daily.
Is this a market entry signal, a regulatory opening, or a capital flow shift you need to act on now? Two-thirds of your Google searches now end without a single click. The distribution playbook your startup relies on is actively dying. It's Thursday, June 11. Let's look at what this means for startups and entrepreneurs in Korea. We are doing a deep dive into Seoul Economic Daily reporting to unpack the capital flows and regulatory shifts shaping cross-border deals in 2026.
Right, so the underlying mechanism of internet search is just completely fracturing right now. Generative engine optimization, or GEO, is violently replacing traditional SEO.
Wait, violently replacing?
Yes, violently. Look at the shift in user behavior. I mean, ChatGPT just doubled its global search share to 17.6% in a matter of 5 months.
That is insane. It's like owning the best billboard in town, but the city just completely rerouted the highway overnight. Are founders actually panicking about this GEO shift yet, or is it just, another buzzword?
Oh, they should absolutely be panicking. Google's AI overviews now pull 83% of their citations from outside the traditional top 10 organic results.
Wow, 83%.
Right. The logic of ranking first on a traditional search page is just dead. If you wait for the dust to settle to reposition around GEO, your product simply vanishes from the internet.
Okay, so if AI is destroying traditional search on our screens, who is actually paying for the massive computing power required to generate all these new AI answers in the background?
Well, that is where the capital flow completely changes. A massive $500 million, which is roughly 760 billion won, fund just launched.
All right.
And it's driven by Asian telecom giants, actually. Companies like SKT, Japan's NTT, and Taiwan's Chunghwa Telecom. They are explicitly targeting the AI infrastructure layer.
Wait, really? Telecom companies? I mean, traditionally, they're slow-moving utility providers. Why would a nimble AI startup want a telecom giant on their cap table instead of a premier Silicon Valley VC?
Because you have to think of them like the railroad barons of the 19th century. They don't necessarily care which specific AI app wins. They just want to own the tracks everyone has to ride on.
Oh, right. Because telecoms bring physical networks and, massive data center footprints.
Exactly. So you aren't just getting a check. You are securing access to the literal pipes your AI needs to function. We're seeing Korean AI chip makers like Rebellions already running large language models for Aramco in the Middle East.
But building those tracks requires more than just silicon and capital, right? We are seeing heavy physical and regulatory hurdles becoming the new moats.
Oh, absolutely. Look at the healthcare space. Korea's Amended Privacy Act created this massive regulatory bottleneck. You have to jump through grueling compliance hoops.
Right.
But a company called Lululmedic just did it. They are now one of only 7 licensed healthcare data operators in the country, unlocking a projected $7.8 billion or 11 trillion won medical data market.
Wow, just 7 operators.
Yeah, and because they survived that audit, they immediately locked down 16 active proof-of-concept deals.
So the moat isn't the technology itself. The moat is surviving the compliance audit to access the data.
Exactly.
And the physical requirements are just as intense. Coway just anchored its U.S. expansion with a $65 million, about 90.9 billion won, water treatment contract for SK Hynix's Indiana Semiconductor fab.
Which is critical because AI chips run incredibly hot. Manufacturing and cooling them requires millions of gallons of ultra-pure water.
Right, of course.
You simply cannot have an AI compute boom without a massive industrial water treatment boom running parallel to it.
This fundamentally signals that the market entry barrier has moved from software development to physical and regulatory infrastructure. Whether you are tracking the broader #CoSPI or private deal flows, securing licensed data operators or hard utility assets is the new baseline. The distribution playbook your startup relies on is actively dying, but these foundational layers are where the real first-mover windows are opening.
Couldn't agree more. The most durable value right now is buried deep in the bedrock, not the shiny user-facing apps.
If healthcare data and semiconductor water treatment are generating today's biggest infrastructure wins, what traditionally boring, highly regulated industry is the next to be cracked open by AI's demands? That's today's AI PRISM, Founders. This episode was produced with AI assistance based on Seoul Economic Daily reporting and reviewed by a human editor. AI PRISM is a WAN-IFRA award-winning series. We'll be back tomorrow.
You've been listening to AI PRISM from Seoul Economic Daily.